Welcome to Center of Light, all you beautiful, sexy human souls. Soul Tribe YahNahVah. That's what we're speaking about tonight. Vulnerability. I'm going to peel myself open. I'm going to tell some stories tonight. Carl Lapperouse, you're not exempt. I'm going to tell some stories about Carl Lapperouse and I, as well as some of my escapades and my nonsense. Why would I do that? Because I'm cray-cray. Because I want to reveal myself. Many different levels about me that you have not known. This is not about me. I'm inviting you. Tonight's presentation is Center of Light Souls, Tribe YahNahVah, to send me a paragraph of a story about you, that you want to expose yourself. You want to confess. You want to fess up. That way we know all of our frailties, all of our beautiful qualities, all of our shortcomings. YahNahVah, the tribe. You have been called here, not to me. You have been called here for this principle of life. This principle we call God. And that's not its name anyway. That's why you're called here. I've been called here. We have been called here. Not the Center of Light platform, but Center of Light, you. And together, we are all of it. We can never be... I've been thinking about this all today. It's been in my mind today. We can never separate from each other. Never. Ever. How comforting is that? To know that your family is always here. Your real family. Doesn't exclude nor include your biological family. It's a perk when you have it. But it's not necessary when you connect to that which is beyond why we feel lonely in the first place. This family. This is the family. Welcome to Tribe YahNahVah. Welcome me to your tribe, YahNahVah. Let's see who's here. Tonight we're going to be speaking about lots of cool things. I'm going to tell lots of stories. And I am open to your suggestions of stories you may want me to talk about. What is game? I dare you. Ask me something. I'll do my best to be whatever. It can be anywhere from my personal life as doing bad things, my spiritual life, anywhere from ghosts to angels to aliens to gods and all this stuff. But you can ask me something and poke at me. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's about being vulnerable. You have been called here. I have been called here. We have been called. The clarion call. John Thaddeus Fiore, Sandy Hunt, Carmen Shasha. I want to say hello to everyone. Special kudos to those who are repeat offenders. Carmen Shasha. When I first met Carmen, I'm going to tell stories tonight. I'm going to start with Carmen de Shasha. She's like, oh my God, Keith, please stop. I'm not. When she first came into the YahNahVah Center of Light scene, I saw her show up here and there, and I thought her name was Carmen Skaya. She said it's pronounced Shasha. So now I'll call her Carm de Shasha. Eddie Harris is in the house. Hello, Eddie. I don't know if you sing Jean or Jean. I got a little Cajun French in me, darling. Abigail, Wendy Engel, Carl Lapperouse, Cindy Owens, Jesse Berthelot, Paige Fitzpatrick, Rena Judy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Center of Light. Tonight we are speaking about Center of Light Souls, Tribe YahNahVah. So I guess it's on point to share with those who may be new to Center of Light what YahNahVah is. Yah, John, that's the heart of every human soul. John, Yah, the heart. God, will, power. Put that on your tongue for a second. Right? Na would be the mind used in balance versus the mind using you and making you a slave. You become a master of your own thoughts, your own will, and your own declarations, and your own decree. And you push forth and you will your life as you want it to be. Va would be the backbone, that which is erect to carry forth the power of God that lives at the core of every person. The mind to direct it towards what you want personally, because happiness is everything. Joy, bliss, ecstasy. But also at the same time carrying out the highest good, so it actually revolves around doing what you love, which makes you happy. And if love is synonymous with God, then you become the conduit, wow, to express the very nature of who you are at your essence. Be it a musician, be an artist, be it a gardener, be it a mother, be it a father, be it a plumber, be it a carpenter, being a spiritual teacher, being a this, being a that, or the other thing. How cool is that? Rajesh, Ryan, Scott Petrie. Scott Petrie, you are a gunslinging, guitar playing fool. I love your slow hand, dude. Wow. Lewis, what's up, my brother Lewis? Hello, everyone in YouTube land. Welcome to Center of Light. Tonight we are speaking to Center of Light Souls, Tribe YahNahVah. I'm going to be telling you stories, sharing with you stories. Stories are powerful. The Bible is full of them. All scriptural books are about stories to exemplify a beautiful idea, a beautiful possibility, a model, a truth, a delicious meal, good conversation with a friend, the sadness via the loss of a loved one. This is the human experience. So I'm going to be sharing stories with you tonight. Hello, Janelle. On any level, I'm making myself vulnerable. You have a question in any aspect or phase of my life you want to know about, provide, and I'm willing to stretch my boundaries of speaking it in whatever terms that come forth. But I'm making myself vulnerable for a reason. It's because that's where the light is. Are we eclipsing the light that lives in all of us? Or is the light pure, shining through? That is the aspiration for every seeker. Hello, Kelly. So I want to clear out some of the fog and confess some of the things I've done, pros and cons. I'll give you one quick story before we move further into this, quote, monologue. Before we get down to some beeswax. I remember being 16 years old. Carl Laprousse, if you're still here, I'm going to tell a story about you in it. Carl's not here. Hang on, let me tag Carl Laprousse right now. This is kind of important. It's worth the laugh. There he is. All right. So I was 16 years old, And I worked at a TG&Y, which is the equivalent of today's Walmart. I was a grunt. And I worked there a week before Carl Lapperouse started. Maybe 2 weeks before he started. So he came on board. And my job was the buggies, the shopping carts, stocking and this and that, grunt. And about 8:45, when the store would close at 9, pre-store close, the manager would say, Keith, walk the aisles of the store. We call it cleanup. Walk the aisles of the store. Find Dr. Pepper cans and Coke cans and bags of potato chips. Things are just put wherever and just kind of clean up the place. So after a few nights of that, I can get Dr. Pepper can and trash, this. And I have this knuckleheaded idea that I was told to mark bag 1 as bottles and bag 2 as trash. Here's my idea. Back in those days, I was an aspiring musician and I wanted some albums. So I would go to the album department and throw it in with the trash. Ted Nugent, Aerosmith, Styx, Journey. And I was pretty successful at it. And I did it for about a couple of weeks. And Carl comes into the scene. And one night, I was in the back room. We were in break together. And I said, Carl, and I told him what I've been doing. He said, you know what? It's funny you say that. I was going to tell you, they're watching you. And Carl and I's relationship at that time of our life was just two knuckleheads. So I thought he was jacking with me. So later that night, I did the same thing. I had all kinds of stuff in my bag. And I would throw it in the dumpster, the trash bag in the dumpster. But I would throw the boxes, whatever, in the incineration bag. Or whatever it was. There was a certain way you put the bags. So when I drive around TG&Y, the department store, at about 9:30, because I would wait 20, 30 minutes. And when I stopped in the back, the dumpster area, I put the van, it was my dad's Dodge van. I put it in park and it was idling too high. So I thought maybe putting it in neutral and putting it in the emergency brake would work better. Didn't. So I step out the van to go to the dumpster, get the trash bag to get the goodies. And out from the dumpster came a police officer with a gun and a light in my face saying, hello, Mr. Blanchard. Is this what you come for? And he was holding up the bag of goodies. Put me in handcuffs. They called my father. 30 minutes later, cops show up. My father shows up. And he looks at me. He didn't have evil in his eye. He didn't have like, I'm going to whip your ass look in his eye. It was such an amazing level of disappointment. And he looked at me and said, why? It struck me to the core. To the core, to the fiber of my very being. Of such amazing disappointment that I let him down. Not because he was trying to save face. Not because he felt he failed as a father. He was asking me, why would I ever choose to do something so ridiculously stupid? Went to jail. Didn't go to jail. They brought me in. My dad got me from the place. And they sent me, I went to court. And the person before me, for doing the same thing I did, got this detention reform school business. And I'm going, oh, shit. And when I got up there, the judge said, 30 days community service work. I'm going, I'm about to be a picking up trash mofo. And then a few weeks later, I get a letter in the mail that says, you're away from all community service. I learned a lesson. I dissipated the karma. Because that look in my father's eye, the disappointment that weighed heavy on his heart from his son, shifted me, which shifted the karma that was destined for me if I did not shift. Welcome to Center of Light, Souls. Tribe YahNahVah. Ask me something. I will confess if I can. Share something about your life that you want to confess, if you will. We're going to get close. We're going to get snuggly. We're going to get warm and fuzzy. I've done lots of crazy things in my life. I'm a very spontaneous individual by nature. I don't follow rules. I follow code. I understand rules, so yes, I follow rules. But being responsible and aware doesn't make me exempt. It doesn't give me an excuse. I know how to play the game and play it responsibly to where I can push boundaries. Not because I'm trying to rebel and saying, screw the man. It's not that at all. There might be some of that in there. Or are you doing the same? Doesn't mean you have to. I'm not encouraging you to go out doing something irresponsible. I'm saying that sometimes what we thought might be the wrong thing to do. So if you did it, that would be irresponsible. It could be the greatest responsibility you've ever taken in your life. Have you ever thought about that? Rules are not laws. There's a great difference between rules and laws. Police officers are not lawmakers, or not law enforcement. That's not what they are. They don't enforce the law. They enforce the rules. You break the rule, you go to jail. You can't break a law. If you're a master, you can fudge with gravity, but you can't break a law. A law is that which is in and of itself unbreakable. Hence, it's a law. When we understand that, now we have some leniency to dance in the gray area. But the darker the gray, the greater the sway can be in your life that one day, if you collect enough karma by dancing against natural law, you find yourself in a natural law situation where you will go to jail. Facebook jail. Tonight, Center of Light Souls, I'm sharing, divulging, making myself vulnerable in ways I never invited because I want to play that role. I want to see what it's like to be, quote, naked. Have you ever been truly naked? Truly naked. Even if your clothes are off. Let me ask that question again. Even when your clothes are off, have you ever allowed yourself to be absolutely vulnerable and naked? Hello, Randy Mike. Hello, Ron Gotro. Hello, YouTube Carolyn Ronando. Sweet lady. It was great to meet you, Carolyn. When I saw you a few months ago in Memphis. So tonight we're speaking about Tribe YahNahVah. We were all called to this moment. There is a greater something happening. Are you aware of that greater something? What else? That greater something, my brother / sister, looks like this. That is Swamji Viswayogi. Sri 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 Viswayogi Viswamji Maharaj. This is the universal Lord that does not discount nor discredit Jesus Christ, Buddha, Krishna, everything that's beautiful that has ever come to this planet in the form of a human being. That's not what that means. It means that image, that beautiful divine incarnation, is all of that embodied in this life, so you and I can be having this dialogue about this incarnation right here, right now, in this moment, is what that means. This is how fortunate you and I are to be having this dialogue about the Christ, the embodiment of the entire cosmos, again on this planet. This does not negate nor go against the idea, which I believe, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, the return of the one we know as Jesus is afoot. God, in its many garbs and guises, you, me, our tribe, YahNahVah, which is everyone, is stepping to the fore to meet itself and say, hi, remember me? Hi, remember me? And it comes in the form of the divine man I just showed you to say, I'm trying to help get you there. This is how divinity walks, talks, acts, and behaves. Follow this model, which is follow the leader, and I will take you to paradise. Is that not why Jesus was here? Buddha, Krishna, your great-grandmother, to show you the way to the light, as to why they instruct you to be a better person since your infancy. And your entry in infantry to being a warrior of light. You are a warrior of light in the infantry. You're in the infantry of warrior of lighthood. Good. It's a blast, isn't it? It's fun to be alive and cosmically curious. Hello, Amy, Matthew Christopher Slater, Carol Pora. Tonight I am speaking to you, my cosmic family. We can never be separated. We've met. It's over. There's nothing else to do. You're going to forget about me, only to remember about me. I'm going to forget about you, only to remember about you. And these moments that we have that we call life, it goes way beyond what you know as 19 whatever that you were born in, or 2000 whatever you're born in, and into however you're old in this point. It goes way beyond that. Do you think you're going to forget about me, or I'm going to forget about you when we pass? On a cosmic, divine, spiritual level, you can never not remember someone, ever. You might acutely forget, but it's not terminal. Where do you think your memory comes from? You think it comes from your brain? Your brain is just a computer that houses the memory. Where does the memory come from? You are the chip. You're the microchip. You're a chip of your divine parent's shoulder. Chip off on my block. You are truly the information that the computer houses. The information being in a formation, information, being informed, being in a form, and that is called YahNahVah. God, will, power, magic, creation. Nah, when in balanced, discernment, reasoning, in balance, is the mind. Va is the backbone. If you look at this image right here, this just came to me in a meditation. If you look at this image for YahNahVah, so what are these little alien-looking symbols? Starting with Yah, why? Because. So you start with the Y, Yah, God, will, heart, power, Stargate, the Sacred Heart. You see a circle. Why the circle? Isn't it coincidence that it just happens to land beautifully in that yoke of the Y? And it's a circle. the empty space, the circle, the void, the circle, the stargate, the stairway to heaven. Seek ye the kingdom within. God is the nucleus of everything. As a circle, it expands itself out in 360 degrees. Yah, God, the heart. N for Na, the mind, happens to be a straight line. It's hard to do this backwards. So that straight line. That's the level and the process of the mind. The mind is linear. Past, present, future. And here's the V for Va. Do you see the erect pillar, the backbone in the Va? YahNahVah. So we are all YahNahVah. It's the name of who we are at the purest aspect of our soul essence. Beyond that is pure spirit. Now there are different shades and tones of soul, which would be, starting with YahNahVah, the ancient language of light, to its sacred seed syllables. YahNahVah, this code, are ancient sacred seed syllables. It makes up the very fabric of who and what and you are and will be. It is that which sustains everything in creation. Always has, does now, and forever will. There can be nothing beyond YahNahVah. YahNahVah is the aspect of the spirit that first divides into soul/souls. Welcome, Soul Tribe. You got pure spirit. There's no separation. There's only one. In fact, that one is zero. That's the conundrum. We can't wrap our minds around it. You have to be engaged fully with the heart to understand it. And trying to bring that level of knowledge and wisdom and power and light back into this world to teach anyone, to share it with your best friend, it's tough. It can be very, very tough because it all pales in comparison. So spirit is the essence of pure potentiality. Science, they call it the unified field, the quantum mechanical field, where light, information, and energy come together to create everything in existence. So YahNahVah would be from pure spirit, so to speak, division begins to occur, or individuality begins to occur. And groups, soul groups, there's only one soul group, that would be YahNahVah. Then everything else, subgroups and subdivides accordingly all the way down from the pyramid apex of Creator, which is the top, all the way down to the desert, Giza, all the way to ground level. Right. You are YahNahVah Soul Tribe. Your family can never leave you, even if they're pissed and walk away and you don't see them in this life. You are so connected to that. When you not just understand that in the form of a concept, when you really start to get that and believe it, and you fall inside of that YahNahVah-ish of yourself, then you begin to see what's really going on behind the scenes. Guess what's going on behind the scenes? There is a man hiding behind the curtain. A man. There's a man behind the curtain. And it's you as the observer watching this experience. But we're so engaged that we've brought ourselves through the pipe, through the channel, so far down the tube. We're at the end of the tube where the light being filtered comes out, and we think we're in this game for real. But there's one way back there looking down the tube and going, "What's going on up in here, y'all?" And we bought into it, and we slide, chutes and ladders. Shoot, this sucks. And we ladder ourselves down. So tonight, I'm going to take a short break. So tonight we're speaking about Center of Light Souls, Tribe YahNahVah. I want to share some stories with you But I would love to see anyone, some people fully engage with me. Ask me something, because people have been asking me certain questions, and I've been somewhat avoiding them to do a program about them. So now that you've asked, but I also want to know from you. I want to see what's happening in your life, something you want to get off your chest. No one's going to judge you if they do. Tribe YahNahVah disappears, at least for that person, quickly. You can be yourself here. We're in this together. We're in this to win it. Start off soft, lightly. Say something. You will feel liberated as you divulge something with people you can trust. When two or more are gathered in my name, I am present. It's liberating. It can be nerving. Trust me, I know. Because I'm going to tell you some stories later. You are loved beyond measure. Enjoy some lavender soul. I'll see you shortly. Wow.
What's behind it that I need more than what I have? I'm just not sure. What am I searching for? The mothership to a distant shore. Could this journey make me more of who I am? I'm just not sure.
Where do you go to find the answers? There is a place you haven't tried. Your search for love is taking chances. Have you ever thought to look inside?
What am I hoping for? A better world, is there a cure? What can I do to help the score? I'm at a loss, I'm
Your search for love is taking chances. Have you ever thought to look inside? Where do you go to find your answers? There is a place you haven't tried. Your search for love is taking chances. Have you ever thought to look inside? You hold the key to find your answers. I am the door you have not tried. Never again taking chances. Open your heart and walk inside. Walk inside.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Just getting moved into my new spread. I want to say hi to Sachi. She put a lot of love from her heart and supporting me in my endeavor and moving into my new place. So I built this little studio. I had no intentions of making it look any certain way. I used what I had. Everyone thinks this behind me is part of a chair, but it's actually a headboard and a footboard of my bed. Welcome to Center of Light Souls. Tonight we're speaking about Tribe YahNahVah. If you look into the forum, you will see I post a paragraph about aligning with the soul, the purest form of the soul, not the gray area as we descend lower into the human experience where things can get muddled because of the monkey mind. Aligning with soul. Yah, the Y. Yah, God, will, heart, power. Nah, the mind, intellect, reasoning, discernment, when the mind is used in balance as a tool versus the mind making you a slave. And Va, the backbone, taking action, walking upright, whether you can actually physically walk or not is not the point. Walk upright means to be within yourself, whole, balanced, centered, and grounded. You can be a paraplegic and be in your Va fully. Believe it. Center of Light. Can everyone hear everything okay? Can I get a couple extra exclamation points from maybe a couple of you? The volume of my voice with the sound, the music, because for some reason my computer got a little squirrely in the move. So I want to read to you from the Divine Principle. For those who are curious, interested, my new book is coming out July 31st, 2020. Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. It's the unfoldment process I went through to exemplify, to demonstrate, whatever you choose to deem it, the journey of this one, and that you may find some nuggets, some chicken nuggets, some spiritual nuggets, whatever you choose to call it, through my own mayhem and chaos that made sense for me as to why I am the person I'm proud to know, and my love for life, and to be of service. So through the Divine Principle, when this all first went down, tonight I'm going to tell you stories, not only about myself, but experiences that I've had, which is about myself, but not in that kind of way. But because stories are powerful. Stories are powerful. Parables are powerful. When I wrote The Divine Principle, and this all began to go down, I'm making myself vulnerable. I'm going to share something with you in a minute. I don't want to do. I don't like it. But I have to do it to make myself vulnerable. When this all started to go down, and I started getting information, and it came in packets of light. I know that you understand packets of light. Your ears start ringing like to the wee, and it almost takes you off of your equilibrium. That's what it's supposed to do. It's a packet of light. What you found balance in does not hold water, so to speak, to that which you are downloading, as to why you're being knocked off of your quote center, so you can recenter yourself in a new experience which is greater than you have known, at least to that point. Truth is always elusive. Peace is always elusive. Why? To keep us out of systematic belief into forever expansion mode. Because truth is infinite. We don't pigeonhole truth and go, I got the truth. So when truth really comes along, it starts to shake and wobble and congratulate you for the level of truth that you have attained. But also kick in your pants and say, time to step it up there, Jacob. There's another rung of this ladder for you to climb. So we climb it. Here's the thing. The climb does not end. Ever. That sounds ominous, Keith. Why would I take on this journey in the first place? Because it's joyful to do so. The benefits are infinite possibilities. So what is the point of this infinite climb? Is because God, universe, science, whatever you want to call it, is forever expanding. So if it's forever expanding, it is our task to be spirit, if we want spiritual liberation, to always stay up with the program. As a computer, we'll always want to update, upgrade, so that what we download, we execute, and upgrade it. Because the universe is, God is always forever expanding. So we can get to the point to where we lose the dreaming status to dreamer status, to where everything comes just naturally and effortlessly. But until then, tribe YahNahVah. We got to get back to the level of soul. What is soul and how can I get to it? Let me define. Hello, Steve Stone. Let me define, as blasphemic as I may be, what soul is. It's hard, challenging rather, to grasp the infinity of the absolute self that lives in everyone, that has been individualized to what you know as you sexy human being. So now we're going to tread on sacred ground. Take your shoes off when you walk in the house of the Lord, dear Lord. And I'll just, how do you define soul? I've found a shortcut way around it without being so blasphemic. What do you love to do? Who are you? I told you tonight was going to be about vulnerability. I'm asking you. Send me a private message. Tell me who the hell you are, or the heaven you are. Even when you were naked before, even in your nakedness, did you allow yourself to be actually naked? That's a very important, powerful question. Because I brought it forth, the tines of your soul, correct me if I'm wrong, are already reverberating, and there's nothing what you think is you can do about it. And it launches you back into your YahNahVah. Back into the YahNahVah. This thing down here, YahNahVah. Everything is in reverse, so it's kind of tough. So as an observer, you fall back into this position of where you've launched this life from in the first place. Do you realize that's what you're doing? How powerful are you? You, my friend, are sitting on your throne. This prop behind me wasn't intended to be that way. Maybe it's purposeful. But your own throne. Every day in your kingdom or your queendom, you're on your throne. And you're declaring with your mighty hammer, this is what's going to happen, and I decree it to be so. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Damn, you are powerful. And as you will forth your Yah, God, that lives in you, through the filter of what we believe to be true, untrue, possible, impossible, gets projected out into the world. And we go, I told you I was right. That includes me. We use the Va, Na, to understand, to the best of our ability, to launch this power into our future experience, hoping that it will manifest to our liking. Often it does not. Why? Becomes the question. Va, we do everything we can to carry it out, our backbone. You are no more powerful when you become illumined than what you are right now. You would say, Keith, well, that's crazy. Is it now? It's called a graduation, an ascension, implying that you ascend in the level of an open, aware consciousness. But the power that you wield right now, creating your world. We've heard that expression before. You living in your world, people live in their own worlds, so forth and so on. Why do you think that is? Because you're literally creating your own world. In fact, you are more powerful than that. Because by what you believe and declare to be right, wrong, in, up, down, hot, cold, holy, blasphemous, true, untrue, real, unreal, possible, impossible. Guess what? Sitting on your queen or kingdom throne, you're right. So you're no more powerful now than you are right now. You're getting exactly the lowercase g, as Jesus said, ye are gods, I tell you. Right now, equally. You see, the system is so perfect, it's not prejudice. It gives you exactly what you want, unconditionally. Check that out. Wow, that should be a huge awakening. You mean I can? Yes, I mean you can have whatever you want. Because you're getting that already. You're getting exactly what you are wanting. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So when you live in a non-wanting, how is that synonymous with the wanting you just described, Keith? I'll explain it to you. When you live in the non-wanting of things, there is a wanting of nothing but joy to resound and strike the tuning fork or the tines of the soul. That's doing what you love. Love is synonymous with God. That's what the soul is. It's love. It's doing. I'm an artist. I like expressing. I like being in this place at this time doing this thing. That's where I best shine. You may be a dancer, a prancer, whatever the song is I'm trying to find this rhyme for. Do it. That's where you shine. That's where your glory and your future infinite story truly resides. But do you reside in that and feel that you deserve that and that is actually possible for you? Hello, Dagny. I want to see who's here. I love acknowledging everyone. Rena, hello, Kim. Kim Delaney's in the house. Abigail, Lewis, Sandy, Heather, Renage, Center of Light Souls, Tribe YahNahVah. I want to start, check this out. I want to start interviewing you. I'm considering interviewing you. Kim, Rena, Dagny, Lewis, Lincoln. I want to interview you. I want to know what it's like to be you. I want to know your successes, your almost successes, whatever success is in the first place. If you're interested, send me an inbox. Keith, I would like to tell my story. I would like to share something. I'll consider it. I'll go through the dynamic and the dance. We'll talk. There's certain things you have to have, certain technology on your phone or camera or Skype, which is definitely, you have to have Skype. But I would love to speak with you if you have something you would love to say. You ever wanted to be on the air? I'll be gentle. I'll let you tell your story. Your story is important. You are important. What you have to say, who you are, and what you have to share is very important to the whole, though we may not feel that way sometimes. Center of light. It exists in everyone. Hence the reason I am offering this platform to you, because I'm a selfish son of a bitch, because there's something in it for me. Is by offering it to you. We're all selfish. There's no way out of selfishness. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, you are a selfish creature. Because even in your selflessness, you are selfish. Because you are seeking joy in your selflessness. So what becomes right? What becomes wrong? So when we align with the soul, YahNahVah, the choices that we make in our selfishnesses become a grand, infinite possibility of greater things, not only for myself, but and everyone else, but it oozes into the world, oozes into the divine matrix. The love tricks or the hatrix. I just made a new word, y'all. Let's see who's here. Welcome to Center of Light tonight. I am seeing Mike Dufresne. What's up, Mike? How are you, brother? Everyone, good to see you. Gonna be here for a bit more. I wanted to share some stories with you. Things may have shifted, which is cool. But I want to say, welcome, Center of Light Souls, Tribe YahNahVah. Things are changing. Get on the boat. It's likely after I do a stint of interviewing you, if you so choose. I'm going to back away from this platform in this regard for a while to recenter. I've been outputting, and I love the space it puts me in. I love it. I am a God addict. I'm a junkie for spirit. I want to find myself in the silence with the new book release coming out soon. July 31st, 2020. Worldwide distribution and publishing release. So, but I will be doing a workshop really soon. My son helped me put it together about the unfoldment like a caterpillar into a butterfly or a moth called metamorphosis. And I'm going to use those 4 stages to parallel with the human experience and the unfoldment so that when you are done, You are free. You are vulnerable and liberated. And your wings begin to flap. And in the butterfly effect, in your flap, it moves across the world. And on the other side of it, people feel that cool breeze. Right? Hello, Ava Griffin. Kim Blazik. I'm trying my best. I'm not trying to make fun. Kim Blasick. Good to see you, both. Center of Light, we're speaking about Tribe YahNahVah. Everyone is Tribe YahNahVah. It's the essence of the soul in its purest form. The soul is quite large. In fact, it's so large, not only does it embody 7.8 whatever human beings, it embodies every sentient and non-sentient being in the universe. It's the purest form of the soul. And then as it goes down lower to the deeper, not deeper, but the denser layers of soul, it gets gray, then it gets dark, and people are good people, and people are just knuckleheaded nonsense people. YahNahVah is the essence, directly, freshly born. It is the spawn of spiritual individuality. YahNahVah, at a soul level, is the direct spawn of spiritual individuality. It's sort of like the Christ. Not, but yet is, but not. It's a different vibration. I hear people all the time talk about Mercury retrograde. I don't even know why this just popped in. It just invaded the territory. Mercury retrograde. Oh my God, hold on tight. Who, what you have been, are, or will ever be, so surpasses any Mercury retrograde. I understand the influence. I get it. I understand that when I go wade in the ocean, the tide comes in, the tide goes out, and there's a pull, and if the surf is big enough, it will knock you down in the sand. I get all that. So Keith, if you're saying, how do I not get pulled into such planetary, superficial, to use the word, energy? I have mishaps happen to me when such things go down, or do I? Or am I just equating that to that day or that month or that week in this moment, saying, well, that's probably what's happening when I have these mishaps during, it so happens, the last Mercury retrograde, that's when it happened. It's just nonsense. Maybe I was just having a shitty day because of my shitty attitude. Well, Keith, that could be because of Mercury retrograde. Okay, so what? When you take this kind of flippant attitude about things that can be seriously treated as just a rule, it's not a law. In fact, you, my friend, are the law. You are the embodiment of the law. In fact, the law is what makes you up and makes you and allows you to be in the first place. You are the personification of the Word. The Word was God. You are the law. How you, by your very default, by your very nature, by your very automatic pilot, cannot just exist and say, there's no Mercury retrograde. I don't live my life by these rules. This is not a pat on Keith's back. I'm sharing with you that take your life very, very lightly. It's not so serious. Seriously, it's not so serious. YahNahVah, you are the tribe, but you have to want to play by the code of the cave. Melanie Cox, hello. Ava Griffin, hi. What's up, Melanie? Hope you're well. I'm going to divulge something with you shortly after this song break. And a few other things I'll tell you tonight was going to be about stories and making myself vulnerable. Stick around. Center of Light. Tomorrow night on my Center of Light radio, I'm going to interview Brian Harden. Who is Brian Harden? Gold record producer of many albums that we have all grown up listening to. He's a dear friend of mine, a beautiful man, an illumined man, a caring man, smart man. And what a frickin' hoot he is to hang around with. He's funny as get out. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Where you see me now is where you'll find him. Brian Hart and I are going to hang out. It's not per se like a formal interview and my name is Larry King kind of thing. Not from that approach. He and I are just two guys hanging out in a bar having a shot of tequila and some beer. Over pizza kind of thing. And it's really cool to experience. He's just a beautiful man and he has this wonderful way of putting things into such an amazing perspective that we can see things beyond what we have always been so selective about. Brian Hart, he's just a delight. D. Pounder Sellers, what's up, dear friend? It's good to see you, girl. I'm going to be right back, Center of Light. Let's see what we're going to play. How about some, how appropriate is this? Lavender Soul, we have been working on a new album. From the last album, YahNahVah, tribe, my soul tribe, your soul tribe. We're cosmically connected. You will never be alone. When we know who walks beside us at all moments, we can never be afraid again. Lavender Soul.
I lift you up to your most high. Cherish the time when you walk by. I see you in my life for all time. I've touched your face 1,000 lifetimes. I know the way you talk in rhymes. The breath you take is part of mine. As you float before my eyes, you touch my hand, it makes me cry. Touch my hand, just to know you're there. Just to know you're there. So here we go again. Just to know lifeless ones with a friend. Another chance to let love in. And in another life, our eyes will meet one more time. I see you in my life for all time. As you flow
Hello everyone, welcome back to Center of Light. Everyone, I see that you've been posting. My screen froze for a second, so there was no feed. Next thing you know, when I refresh it, I got a feed. I want to get to you. I will, I promise. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. Let's see what's happening in the room. Wow, lots is happening in the room. It's amazing how, and it's not my computer, it's something to do with whatever, long story short. Kim, Gary, Heather. Hi, Heather. So I'm looking through the feed now. Just know you're not alone, says Kelly. We got you back. I used to feel very alone till I found this group and my friend Abigail. All right, y'all. It's good to know you. We're done. That's it. That's it. Did you hear what she just said? I'm sure you did, but I'm saying that because I want to say it again. Just know you are not alone. What is the song I just played? Just to know you're there. It was a mistake because Perfect in Every Way did not fire off. So I selected the song Just to Know You There by Lavender Soul. And Kelly just says, just to know you are not alone, we got your back. I used to feel very alone till I found this group and my friend Abigail. Oh my God, that is an alignment. That is the language of light, to say that we are all here, you and I together on this night, in this moment at 9:12 on March 4th, 2020, 9:12 Central Time. That was an alignment. Beautiful as that can be. Boom, just like that. When you begin to when that becomes your dominant language, oh my God. Kim Gary says, my interpretation on a light level, YahNahVah, you're now vibration or you're now vented. And all these emotos. Love it. Robert Harrison says, I was wondering where my backside went to. Okay. Heather says, it looks great. You would never guess it's for a bed. Right. Let's keep moving forward. Sandy says, everything's good. Rena Winfield, forgive me, says, I have been arrested as I hit a man. Whoa. I'm going to pause on that. So Rena, trust me, let me paint the picture of Rena, to the beautiful soul I know. Just a gorgeous, beautiful lady. Full of love, full of light. She's soft. Everything else is under the umbrella of her soft. She decides she wants to say something that is freeing to her. This is my impression so far. Okay? So I think we need to listen up, offer up, support. She wants to say something that makes her feel better to say it. I have been arrested as I hit a man in another car on the way home from a bar. That's not fun. And she's saying that to everyone. She wants to free herself. I love it. I freaking love it. I was so heartbroken about a lost love. Now she's turning up the gas. It only went down here from that. I was in jail and then I did not get it. I kept using alcohol and fell over a dog gate and was hospitalized for 1.5 years. God put his hand on me and said, okay, this is it, my beautiful soul, as I called her a minute ago. Do you get it? I got it. And my life at 76 years old is blessed and free from pain and suffering. Trust you will get the lesson until you get it. Get it now. You are a gift from God's Spirit. And the music just quit. Good timing. It'll help a lot of folks understanding the big shift. Sandy Hunt says, the life changes that is. Kelly Bauman says, wow, thank you for sharing. Absolutely. Kelly, well, I don't know if you know this, but when I tagged you in that post recently, it was because you gave me a 3 or 4 card spread that said everything about my house was going to happen at the last moment. You are absolutely correct. Continue to move down the list. Wow, it just keeps coming. Speaking of lists, I'm going to try this new thing. I really dig it. And there I have it. I'm not being selective, but I'm being selective. Kim says, in your space of your naked nothingness, your light will always reflect your vibrant vulnerability, that you will always be free. Robert says, monarch butterflies are beginning to come back. Yes, they are. Hi, Kelly. I thought it was Kelly Curtis. Hello, Kelly Bauman. So anyone, I am not leaving you out. Lincoln says, you're such a beautiful soul. Thank you. Back at you, bro. I will go outside right now and look at the expansive universe and all its beauty. How cool is that? I'm going to read from the Divine Principle. As I was saying earlier when this all went down, this is one of the first dialogues as to why tonight's presentation is Center of Light Souls, Tribe YahNahVah. From the Divine Principle, 1996, June, July, when I first started being slammed. YahNahVah, Spirit says, are you ready, Keith? And I say, ready for what? To help me write a book about universal truth, the Divine Principle. Can you deny that you have elected to come to the earth plane to carry out this very purpose? To share my words with as many people as you can. Tribe YahNahVah. As to why we are all here in this moment together, because it's on purpose. What is the purpose? That's the purpose right there. This has all been orchestrated, divinely orchestrated, as to why we are having this dialogue. Continuing on. And I respond with, I am a little overwhelmed, but no, I can't deny that I've sought this path. I know that my recent arrival in your life has seemed both a blessing and a curse. A rose under your nose and a thorn in your side. When I first made audible contact, you were very excited, but you were also quite frightened because you did not know just how to handle what was happening. You had moments when you thought you were special and moments when you feared that you were schizophrenic. Yes, I've definitely been through a lot. Yes, all of your life I have watched you bounce back and forth between these two extremes in hopes of finding your true self. This applies not only to me. This is speaking directly to you as if I am not even here. I come to you now because you exhibit such passion to live a better life. I come to you because your newly awakened love for me and because of my love for you. You see, you and I are not different at all. We both share the same intention, to chip away at the beliefs that you thought were set in stone and to carve you into the most beautiful masterpiece ever known. YahNahVah, God. I cannot begin to tell you the ways your life will change, nor can I allay all your worries about what may happen when this book circulates, Keith. In fact, it is likely you will be deluged with confusing feelings, but I can tell you that I am here to help you with all that may be troubling, and that for the rest of your life, which I have here to attest to you is true, I shall guide you so that you can play your part in making the world a better place. This also applies to you. Even though right now you have no idea what you will do with what you're beginning to receive, it is enough for you to know that this message comes from your Father. YahNahVah. Fret not about those who may doubt you or scoff at what you say, for they may not be ready to hear it. You can put your mind and heart at ease nonetheless, knowing that everyone walks the path at their own pace. As I pour my light into your mind and my love into your heart, just make a supreme effort, all of you, to remain open, relaxed, and aware in every moment, even when I am speaking directly to others. Only then can you integrate all of my information. Between now and forever, I ask you to gather souls, tribe YahNahVah. One at a time if you have to, but gather them do. Embrace each of your brothers and sisters without discrimination and treat them with the same love I bestow upon you, be they enemies, friends, relatives, or strangers. Embrace every little spark of God. I'm going to exit shortly. Tribe YahNahVah, I told you I was going to be vulnerable tonight. Send me your vulnerability story in my inbox. That would be a start. To open up your heart, to divulge, confess, express all these different qualities. I have come to the earth this time as the incarnation of the Baptist. It's a fact. I've been told by Swamiji. I've been told by many hierarchical beings. I don't recall this life. I don't. Except in a past life regression. But I always known this to be so. It doesn't make me special. It makes me grateful to say that we are all playing in this arena of Baptist energy. We're all being baptized into this monumental, pivotal time in human history. John, Yah, heart, living in the gate. This is where one of my most recent incarnations have sprung from. There are glimpses I have of other periods. To me, it's very fragmented, but there's a knowing deep in my bones. In the life that I have lived, and the unfoldments that have happened, and the divinity that I've been thrown into, on other levels of consciousness beyond my own understanding as I sit here and try to understand it, it scared the living shit out of me. It's not about being right. It's not about being a this or that. I don't know what to do with this. It scares me. Not in an active sense. It's because I want to be so responsible. Because as the first story I told in this presentation, I was so irresponsible. When my biological father, said, I'm disappointed in you, Keith. And what I just read to you said, know that this information comes from your father. You see that circle, that miracle that just happened? It just hit me. I didn't pre-plan this. I don't want to disappoint my father. As I have done before. On all levels. And what I feel right now is shame. That's what I feel. I'm not shame. That's the feeling or the label I give to the energy that moved through me. So what I do is allow myself to experience it. I want to feel some fucking shame. If you want to come inside of me, the spirit of shame, feel me. Because I want to find the real me in the shame. But it feels shameful. Feels like I got my head cut off. John. Announcing the birth of the Christ and the Christian and the Messiahship. This is my path. I've done it for eons. It's a blessing. Equally, trust me, it's a wrath. Do the math. Take a bath in that. Be yourself full out, regardless of what people think of you. It's the best service you can ever engage, live in for yourself. Your best ploy is to be honest. Don't worry about the coronavirus. You get in a car every day knowing the potential that it can kill you. But you just shrug it off and you put your foot in the accelerator. Coronavirus. You understand the potential that it can kill you. You understand what it takes to put your foot in the accelerator and move forth and excel and accelerate in your life. There is no difference. Don't be afraid. Just be smart. Drink water. Look on, while I got your attention, look on my wall. Scroll down about this far. You will see 2 posts. I left both of them up there because they're 2 different time signatures about how to be present in a coronavirus situation. Drink water. Every 15 minutes, take water. Throat being wet is the way. There's certain exercises you do every morning. Don't go in fear. Oh my God, the coronavirus. Oh my God. You don't say, oh my God, I'm about to get in the car. Don't do it. Understand what's happening. Live your life. Be happy. Be joyful. Express yourself. Tell everyone. Declare to the world who you are. About your past life. About your present life. What you aspire to. Tell them about your soul. Your YahNahVah. What you yearn for. What you will die for. What you will live for. My God. Dear Lord, your love beyond measure.